Hi guys, and welcome back here to Drone Emotion, a channel where we do drone videos and where we cover the most relevant drone news. Today my friends, we're back here once again with a brand new video and a topic that a lot of people have been requesting, and that is, should you upgrade from the DJI Mavic Air 2 onto the brand new DJI Air Twist? Well, in today's video we're going to be giving you an answer for that question, guys. Today's video is going to be extremely exciting and you don't want to miss out on it, guys. But before we get started, if you're new to the channel, welcome here, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because in this channel we will always be the first ones to bring you the latest drone news no matter what. So if you don't want to miss out on the latest drone news and what's going on in the drone world, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And also, we have gotten to our first goal, which was 5,000 subscribers. Now, with that first goal being accomplished, we set a second goal, and that is the 10,000 subscriber goal, which I know that we can do it, guys, with all you guys' help, and we can do it together. So if you're watching today's video and you have not subscribed to the channel yet, I will invite you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you can join the Drone Emotion family and that you can help us get to that goal, which we're really not that far away from, guys. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into today's video, which is going to be extremely exciting, to say the least. Today's video is going to be very exciting, and that is because we're going to be talking about if you should upgrade from the Mavic Air 2 onto the DJI Air 2S. So let's get started. The first thing that we need to do before actually having an answer for that is that we need to go ahead and compare what both of these drones have to offer. So what does the Mavic Air 2 has to offer? Well, this drone was launched last year, so this is a 1-year-old drone. This drone has a 34-minute flight time, DJI's longest flight time drone currently in the market. We have low noise propellers, we have a half-inch sensor camera capable of shooting 48 megapixel still pictures, which really the quality is phenomenal. We have a fixed aperture of f2.8, guys, I'm sorry, and we have a field of view of 84 degrees. So this camera is really great, and I think for most people out there, for most consumers, I will say for 99% of consumers, this drone is more than enough. Now, we also do have OcuSync 2.0, and therefore this drone is compatible with the smart controller from DJI. So we get a range of around 10 kilometers or around 6.5 miles. We also have 8K hyperlapses, and we have all those nice features that DJI always likes to include. Now, what do we have with the brand new DJI Air Twist? Well, first let's go ahead and take a look at that new DJI drone. There we have it. So basically it's almost an identical drone compared to the original Mavic Air 2, and that is because the shell of the Air Twist is basically the same. The only thing that changes are the upward obstacle avoidance, which are located at a 45-degree angle, which are going to be used when you're flying in FPV mode with that drone. Now, we do not get side sensors with both of these drones, so I think that's something very important to note. Now, here's where the biggest change between these two drones are, and that is the camera. That's where the biggest changes are found, and that is what can make you decide if you want to upgrade or not. With the new DJI Air Twist, we have a 1-inch sensor camera. Can you believe that? Now, it is not the same sensor, and it's not Hasselblad camera like what we find on the Mavic 2 Pro. It's not. It is a Sony IMX383 sensor, which is capable of shooting 20 megapixel still images. It has a field of view of 88 degrees, and it's a 1-inch sensor. Now on both drones we have a fixed aperture of f2.8. So this is definitely a big disappointment on the new Air Twist. We do not have an adjustable aperture as a lot of people were expecting. Now, I want to talk about quality that we get with the DJI Air Twist. Now, with this we are able to shoot up to 4K 60. We're also able to shoot in 4K 30, 2.7K and 1080p at 240 frames per second if I'm not mistaken. Now, with the new Air Twist, we definitely see an improvement over video quality, and that is because we're going to be able to shoot at up to 5.4K at 30 frames per second. Also, we have the possibilities of shooting at 4K 60 and Full HD or 1080p at 120 frames per second. Now, with the Air Twist, we have a new transmission system, and that is that we have OcuSync 3.0, which is a big upgrade over what we have on the Mavic Air 2. So OcuSync 2.0 is a bit older technology. It's about 3 years old. It was first introduced with the Mavic 2 Pro and Mavic 2 Zoom back in 2018. So here's a big thing. With the new Air Twist, you will not be able to use your controller from the Mavic Air 2 or from the Mini 2 as well as the smart controller. They will not be compatible. I'm sorry guys, but that is what's going on there. Now, let's talk about the weight of the drones. Both of these drones are going to be registered in most countries. This drone has a weight of 575 grams versus the DJI Air Twist, which has a weight of 595 grams. So a bit heavier, guys. And that is because all of those new things that are included, such as the camera and those sensors. Now, batteries on the Air Twist, they're the same size. They're a 3500 mAh battery, and they are going to be compatible. So that's really great news. Also, let's go ahead and talk about the flight time with the Air Twist. And here's going to be a pretty big thing for this drone, and that is that the flight time has actually been reduced from the Mavic Air 2, and that is that we have a 31-minute flight time in ideally flying conditions, guys. So 31 minutes is actually not that, in my opinion, impressive in today's drone world standards. So I'm a bit discouraged on that, but let's go ahead if it's going to be worth it. Now, the first thing that we need to do is compare prices in order to give you an answer. What are the prices of both of these drones? Well, with the Mavic Air 2, if you guys decide to go for the basic version, which only includes the drone, the controller, and one battery, well, you're going to be looking at $799, so basically $800. Now, if you decide to go for the Fly More combo, that's going to get you in the price of $989, but that includes 2 extra batteries, your anti-filters, that little carrying case, your charging hub, and all of those nice things that you get with DJI's Fly More combos. Now, what will the price of the DJI Air Twist be? Well, the price with the Air Twist will be $1,000 or $999 for the standalone version. So only the drone, one controller, and one battery. Now, what will the price be for the Fly More combo? Well, for the Fly More combo, you're going to be looking at $1,299 or $1,300 for the Fly More combo. So there's definitely a big price gap between these two drones. Now, the question you're all here for, is it worth upgrading from the Mavic Air 2 onto the Air Twist? And here's how I'm going to answer this question, guys. Well, the first thing that I will do personally is, do you need that 1-inch sensor camera, and are you willing to give up a couple minutes of flight time for that better quality camera, which is really not going to be that noticeable? Well, it will be, but mostly in low lighting scenarios. Now, I do want you guys to take into consideration that you're going to be losing some megapixel when in photo mode, and that is that we get 48 megapixel pictures with the Mavic Air 2. I know they're stitched together, but still they're really good quality. Now, with the Air Twist, we're going to be getting 20 megapixel pictures, and that's going to be compensated with that bigger sensor. The quality will definitely be phenomenal, but I just want you guys to be aware of that megapixel count lost. Now, let's go ahead and talk about if it's worth upgrading. Well, here's what I will do. If I'm really into getting DJI's latest drone and having just the best of the best, and you're really not care about losing a couple minutes of flight time, because with the Air 2 you will get around 20 to 23 minutes of flight time. Now, that's the flight time I have experienced with over 100 flights with this drone. Now, with the Air Twist, you're going to be looking at around 17 to 20 minutes of flight time, guys, in real world conditions. So definitely do expect to lose around 3 minutes of flight time when moving from the Air 2 onto the Mavic Air 2S. Now, here's what I will do, guys. If I personally, I do really like to have the latest DJI tech, and most importantly, those professional adjustable things on the camera, such as the adjustable aperture, and really having the best quality. Now, if you guys are able to sell your DJI Air Mavic Air 2 for a reasonable amount of price without actually losing a lot of money, I will say if you're able to sell your, let's say, your standalone version for, let's say, $700, I think it's a good idea to upgrade to the Air 2S. Or if you have the Fly More combo, and I think that if you're able to sell it for somewhere around in the $850 to $950 range, I think that would be a great idea. I will personally sell my drone and just put a couple extra $100 to get that latest DJI drone. So that's the first thing that I will do. If I have the option to sell it, I will sell it and get the new Air Twist, but only if I'm getting a good price paid for my drone, because this drone is great and the quality that you get is really good, and I think this will be a very relevant drone still in the upcoming years. Now, if you're not able to sell your drone and you're stuck with your Mavic Air 2 and you really cannot get a good price when you try to sell it, well, I think it'll be a better idea to keep your Mavic Air 2. And that is because what you get with the Mavic Air 2 is definitely great, and I really think that the biggest key differences are going to be the camera, and for most people they're not going to be a big change in order to actually go ahead and get that new drone. So I think that if you're not able to sell it, I will keep my Mavic Air 2 and rather wait for the Mavic 3, which is going to be astonishing and mind-blowing, guys. So now, those are my thoughts, guys, on what I will do if I had the choice to upgrade to the Air 2S. So I will personally, as I already mentioned, state my thoughts. So I hope that helps a little bit, guys. So that's gonna wrap up today's video. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Drone Emotion signing out.